Disney World is the most magical place on Earth, but this week I'm gonna put that to the test, Scrooge McDuck style, by attempting the absolute cheapest Disney World vacation, which means I'll be taking a $28 flight to Orlando, staying in Disney's lowest price hotel room, ordering the least expensive meal at every theme park, and choosing the bare minimum option of everything required for this to legally be considered a vacation. Then at the end, I'm gonna break down exactly how much the cheapest Disney World trip actually costs, and whether or not it still felt like the most magical place on Earth. Well, unfortunately, we landed at the wrong airport. Now, I'm aware that sounds made up, but apparently there is really severe weather in Orlando right now, and they didn't fill the plane with enough fuel to circle around until the storms cleared. So our flight got diverted to Atlanta, Georgia, and there was no gate open, so we ended up sitting on the taxiway for an hour and a half.
Just an update, since it's a last-minute diversion, there's currently an aircraft that, it's gonna be a little while, but it's currently in this taxiway, so
1 hour later.
in theory, it's supposed to leave in about 35 to 30 minutes or so. It's going to LaGuardia. Hopefully that's true.
Now, Frontier does call themselves America's greenest airline. I'm not entirely sure if that means their fleet is the most eco-friendly, or whether they're just using that as an excuse to try and save money on fuel costs at the expense of my vacation.
Every way that we operate the airline, we're very conscious about how little fuel we can get away with.
That's a pretty big differential, your average versus the rest of other carriers' averages.
But to Frontier's credit, they did provide everyone with one free paper cup of water, which honestly I was not expecting.
Once again, if you came off this flight, please patiently wait in the boarding area.
So for the last 2 hours now, we haven't been able to leave the boarding area because they said the flight could take off at any time, basically. So you're on the same flight as me?
Yes.
And you know my videos?
Yes.
So you can corroborate that what I'm saying is true. We truly got diverted to Atlanta.
Yes, it's been crazy.
And the only food service option here is Auntie Anne's pretzels. So my dinner tonight is the cheapest item that they had available, the cinnamon pretzel nuggets for $7.99. I just got a text that the new departure time is 6:30 p.m. Mind you, it's currently 6:36 p.m. and the flight from Dallas left this morning at 10:53 a.m. That Frontier flight's leaving, why can't it be me? We've been waiting so long that I have visually grown facial hair.
8:01 p.m.
It's a miracle, I'm back on board, and we're actually heading to Florida.
We know y'all were diverted here. We're going to do our best to get you there absolutely as quick as we can.
So many people on the plane just completely bailed and didn't even come back, but I'm in it for the long haul. We made it.
Let's go!
11 hours later. The travel experience took so long that I actually could have made it to Disneyland Paris by now. But how could I complain for $28? Now, no matter where your plane ends up landing, the easiest way to stay connected while traveling is with Saily, the sponsor of today's video. Saily is an eSIM app that downloads right to your phone. It allows you to get mobile data in over 200 destinations and even 19 cruise lines. Normally, I'd be racking up crazy roaming charges using Google Maps or spamming my friends with photos of me on vacation. But with Saily, you pick a plan that works for you, activate the eSIM in the app, and you're good to go. They also offer Saily phone numbers to use while traveling, so you don't have to give out your personal number to every random business or person that asks for it. There's no contract or physical SIM to mess with. It'll just activate automatically as soon as you arrive to your destination. Plus, right now, you can get 15% off your data plan using code ABLES at checkout. Just download the app or go to www.saily.com/ABLES. So thank you to Saily for sponsoring today's video, and now let's figure out how to get to Disney World. Now right now, a rideshare to the Disney World area would be around $50. However, I managed to find a rental car for $9 per day. Now unfortunately, it's not one of these fancy ones in the terminal here, and I have to take a shuttle to get there. But for $9 a day, I'm willing to do it. They tried to trick me into buying some crazy expensive insurance package and tolls, but I just declined it all. I'm going to use the Google Maps no toll route, and I'm out of here for $9 a day plus tax.
The next day.
I just had quite the embarrassing moment with my rental car. This car parked in front of me is the same model, and because the $9 a day rental car has an old school key without the beep feature so you can have the horn honk and you know which car is yours, I was actively trying to get into that car as the owners of said car were watching me try and get in it. Okay, I am just outside of the Disney World bubble, and the first gift shop I came across is clearly taking advantage of the fact that Steamboat Willie is in the public domain now. I was actually excited about this one because the outside here says Florida teas $1.99, but I went inside and the cheapest Florida tea I saw was $11.99, so they left out a 1. Actually, upon further inspection, in extremely tiny font that you cannot possibly see from the road over there, it says $1.99 and up. Although again, I did not even see one for $1.99. So goodbye, Steamboat Willie. And next we have definitely not Ariel's gift shop. So apparently this mermaid used to have blonde hair, but they recently repainted her hair to look more like Ariel. That really is a pretty close match. This store is 2 floors. This is crazy. You would think somewhere in here they'd have something cheap. I may need one of these license plates for my $9 a day rental car. Honk if parts fall off. Well, fake Ariel has disappointed me because nothing in there was the price that I needed. And off to the next one. This one's also supposed to have $1.99 Florida teas. And it doesn't even have the disclaimer, $1.99 and up. I'm still skeptical though. Wow, they have their own Disney castle? This is actually really neat. Look how romantic. Captain America is up there protecting Belle and Beast during their first dance. I love the clock just like completely off center. I'm now in the Disney adult section. I wonder if they realize that sign has taken on a different meaning in today's context. It's almost the same story. None of this stuff is even close to $1.99. Oh, how disappointing. Merlin is out of Ord. Okay, I think I might have actually found the cheapest souvenir. The Disney Florida postcard for 79 cents. Although I'm like 99% certain that that background was not taken anywhere in Florida. It's like the Maldives or something. But hey, the cheapest is the cheapest for a reason. All right, we have officially made it to Disney's All-Star Resorts, which are the cheapest hotels on Disney World property, coming in at just $99 a night during the 4th of July holiday weekend. Now, the rooms here are actually guarded 24/7 by a group of 101 giant Dalmatians, free of charge. And the resort's divided into 3 sections themed to sports, music, and my favorite, movies. Although I did have nightmares about this 30-foot tall Woody peering through the window at 3 a.m. Now obviously these are all outdoor motel style rooms with no interior hallways or things you might associate with luxury. But the larger than life outdoor theming is really something you don't find much these days at modern hotels, and I think it's a welcome bit of whimsy. Now, I actually can't get in my room until 3 p.m. today. However, on your check-in day this summer, Disney World is offering free admission to both of their water parks. So I dropped off my luggage with the Bell services and I'm now headed in to Typhoon Lagoon, which is the only US Disney park that I have not visited. So that is exciting. So apparently a ticket here would cost $74 today. So this is actually a really great perk because it applies to everyone on your reservation. And I even got a free towel rental when I walked in. Hello, Stitch. How are you? Wow. I wasn't expecting to see you here today, but I guess it makes sense at the water park. Now, we're gonna see how many rides I can do before my room is ready. Starting with their Aqua Coaster, the Crush and Gusher. Oh! There's literally no wait for any of the slides. The thrill slide. This one's fast. Oh my gosh, I'm backwards. But now it looks like an actual typhoon may be coming in. However, it's at the perfect time because my room just got ready. Welcome to the Abels family. Wow, that's me. We've got a desk, a queen-size bed, and if you move these chairs out, this actually folds down to reveal a second queen-size bed. So you've got the nostalgic fun theming on the outside, and the inside has all the clean, modern stuff you'd actually want to have a comfortable stay in. It's clearly been updated, refreshed. Oh look, it's my favorite TV channel, All Lonnie Time. We can watch a full-length ad for Disney's Aulani Resort in Hawaii here on the TV. Who would have thought of such a perk? Now, they do have a free event every night where they pull down this screen to show Disney films called Movies Under the Stars, although it is technically under a roof. But even though this is the cheapest resort at Disney World, you actually get access to triple the amenities you'd find at their most expensive resort. There are 6 pools across the sports, music, and movie sections, 3 arcades, 3 unique dining halls, and 3 souvenir shops. But perhaps the best perk is free bus transportation directly to the entrance of every theme park, including Magic Kingdom. Okay, it is 7:07 a.m. and I have made it to Main Street in an effort to save money. Because normally, to skip the 2-hour line for an attraction like Tron, it costs up to $25 a person for a single 1-minute ride. However, as a Disney Resort guest, I get access to the theme park rides 30 minutes before they open to the public. And my first stop today will be Space Mountain.
1 hour later.
Okay, within 1 hour this morning, I managed to get on Space Mountain, Tron, Big Thunder Mountain, whoa, and the Haunted Mansion on the 4th of July. So that's pretty darn good. It appears that somebody has stolen the Haunted Mansion and replaced it with a cardboard cutout of itself.
Of course, there's always my way.
Oh my gosh, there are so many people here. You would think there's about to be like a flyover of the military or something.
This rousing flyover celebrating America's 250th anniversary is just moments away.
USA! 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 USA!
And now I'm going to attempt to find the cheapest lunch in the Magic Kingdom, and I actually don't know what it's gonna be. It seems like most people's lunch of choice today is the All-American Classic hot dog, which makes sense for the 4th of July. But the least expensive hot dog in the park is $11.49. Now, it does come with some sides, but I feel like I can beat that. And what do you know? From the kids menu, I was able to order this salmon and 2 sides for just $8.99, including a bottle of water and a view of Fantasyland from the Columbia Harbor House. Good value.
Welcome each time that I return, and my happy smile like a swan.
On no other day have I seen so many people so excited to go into the Hall of Presidents. So, for those of you who don't know, this is an animatronic robot president show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the presidents of the United States of America.
My fellow citizens, you have selected me to lead our nation.
That nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this.
Have there ever been this many people inside this attraction? Walt Disney would be proud. I pledge allegiance to the mouse. That's you. You like my joke there? Hey, Pluto. Goofy. Wow, you're also patriotic. I can't believe I met the founding furries. They even signed the Declaration of Disney Dependence. And now it is time to go soarin'. But not just regular soarin', because we're gonna be soaring across America. This is a brand new version of the ride, which I have not yet had the chance to try. And honestly, I could not be more excited. I smell the cattle. Well, that was awesome. I was not expecting the Hollywood sign to be in there. That is my favorite landmark in the United States. I'm just obsessed with the Hollywood sign for whatever reason. And it was the final shot. Ooh, that was so cool. Overall, I would say the scenes were really well done, with the exception of the Statue of Liberty. Somehow the knockoff version of Soarin' that I went on last year in Times Square had a better Statue of Liberty scene than the actual Soarin' that Disney did. Well, hello, Chip and Dale. Happy 4th of July. And naturally, the next stop on my American celebration is Ratatouille, because it currently has no wait in the single rider line.
That's it!
Well, unfortunately, I made an expensive error here in the France pavilion. So in the window, I saw a scoop of Mickey Mouse shaped ice cream, and I was like, that looks really good. So I ordered a single scoop, which turned out to cost $7.95. So this better be like the best ice cream ever. It's good, but it's not the best ever. Especially since for like 25 cents more at Hollywood Studios, you can literally get a Mickey Brownie sundae with multiple scoops of ice cream, and it's absolutely delicious. Now, there actually is an animatronic show about America here at EPCOT called The American Adventure. I just saw the show. It was around 30 minutes, and the ending has Benjamin Franklin and Mark Twain in animatronic form telling a version of American history atop the torch of the Statue of Liberty. Now, I say a version of American history because you can't possibly tell the entire story of the country in half an hour.
I suppose our story begins with you.
Actually, it started long before even my time.
And maybe some liberties were taken in the process. But overall, it was a very fun show, and there were over 35 animatronics, which is pretty crazy. And then right on the way out, the Voices of Liberty were there performing. And I got to see a fantastic musical presentation. At first I thought this trash can was calling America trash, and then I realized we're in the America Pavilion at EPCOT. They have the Sam Eagle merch all out and ready to celebrate the semi-quincentennial. That is a word I have never said before and will probably never say again. Okay, I think I might have just stumbled upon the best meal deal in EPCOT, which is the Moroccan wrap with chicken, lamb, or falafel, served on warm Moroccan flatbread. It's here at the Tangerine Cafe in Morocco, which may not be the most American thing for the celebration today, but it does sound great. Well, that was truly excellent for $6.29. I can't believe it costs less than the ice cream scoop. Okay, now I'm gonna do as many rides as I can before the fireworks tonight.
Oh, crud. The big bang! It's the only way back.
And now we head to test track. And with the single rider entrance, I have a feeling I'm gonna step right onto the vehicle. And we're here. So a 1 minute wait. And now for Frozen Ever After. Apparently they just installed brand new animatronics, which should be an improvement over whatever the heck they had last time I rode. My chariot has arrived.
Do you want to build a snowman for the first time forever?
Look at the fake fireworks. Actually, I think I'm about to see some real ones. Well, that was a celebration worthy of 250 years. Wow! So I decided to watch the show in the Japan Pavilion, which you may think is kind of a strange decision, but the red Japanese gate on the lake just provided the perfect foreground for the wondrous backdrop with the fireworks. Then actually part of the grand finale was set off from behind the pagoda in the Japan Pavilion, so I lucked out. The only drawback to watching it there is it's just about the farthest possible place from the bus bay to get back to the hotel, and I'm competing with quite the crowd to get back tonight. If you look closely, one of the lights is malfunctioning. It's just completely yellow instead of the color it's supposed to be. Oh my gosh, the bus is here and there's no line for it? What the heck? I'm so happy. They must have just like a ton of buses. And we made it back, so there was no wait for the bus. And because the buses have their own lane, it also avoided all of the traffic, so we got back here in no time. I'm currently the only person on board the bus to Animal Kingdom, so that's a good sign for the crowds. I have a feeling there's about to be a major storm. Pretty much the entire park is leaving, and then there's me just coming in to explore the Animal Kingdom. Ain't nobody here. Wow. It's like my own little private expedition in Pandora. Look how neat this bridge is. I've never seen something like it anywhere else in the world. Well, I guess technically this is not our world, so maybe that's why. Well, from the looks of it, it is currently pouring outside. Okay, so I ducked into Saily Canteen here in Pandora to avoid the weather and found a Navi hot dog. It was only $7.99 and it came with vegetable chips and a Dasani water. Inside it is just a regular hot dog, but the coating is definitely unique and sweet. I'm happy with this. The rain cleared nearly every single person out of Animal Kingdom, to the point where Avatar Flight of Passage is a 5-minute wait. However, when I actually went through the line, it ended up being 7 minutes, so can't believe I had to be inconvenienced that much to ride the most popular ride in all of Animal Kingdom. Then after the rain, I decided to go on the safari, and not only was there not any line for that ride, almost all of the animals were out. There was even a lion couple hanging out on the rocks, just like in The Lion King, but in real life. And I just now got off Expedition Everest, which, big surprise, had no wait. I think it's partly to do with the rain, and also EPCOT and Magic Kingdom still have fireworks tonight, so maybe most of the guests are there instead. But the most important thing is I didn't have to buy Lightning Lane to experience all of the rides today. This really is the cheapest vacation.
Let us hope we do not meet again as enemies.
Sounds good. Now for the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance ride, if you want to get a Lightning Lane, it actually costs $20 per guest. However, at Disney World, it actually has a single rider line, so we're gonna see how long that takes, because it's the free alternative to kind of skip the wait. Starting the stopwatch now. 2.5 minutes to the Stormtrooper room is not bad.
Wait, why are you going up? I said down! Up is bad! Up is real bad!
How brave, but ultimately hopeless. There's nowhere to run. And the resistance.
Okay, you're clear!
Well, 6.5 minutes later, I had my seatbelt buckled in the ride vehicle, so that was a successful experiment. Okay, now I have located what I believe to be the least expensive meal at all of Hollywood Studios, the teriyaki tofu bowl for $8.99 that comes with the Dasani water. That is shockingly good. It's actually better than the teriyaki chicken that I had at the Japan Pavilion in EPCOT the last time I was at Disney World. Personally, I never would have ordered this if it weren't the cheapest item, but sometimes cheap is good. We're gonna walk right on the Tower of Terror. Man, it's almost like this place is abandoned or something. Yo, this park is so pretty at sunset. I could honestly spend all night here, but sadly, my trip is coming to an end. Goodbye, Disney World. So how much would this trip actually cost you? For your average family of 4, $784 a person. Or if you go solo like me, $1,201. And how did I get this at the price I did? Your very first expense would actually be a $12 subscription to Disney Plus, because in order to get the $99 a night hotel rate, you must be a Disney Plus subscriber. But that at least gives you something to watch on Frontier Airlines, since they currently have no in-flight entertainment included with their $28 away flights. Now that rate is for their basic fare, which only gets yourself and an 18 by 14 by 8 personal item onto the plane, which to be fair is about 5 times bigger than this, and you could definitely get away with that for a 5-day trip. However, if you are a Frontier Airlines World MasterCard holder like myself, one of the benefits is you get 2 free checked bags on every Frontier flight that you take. To be clear, this is not financial advice or sponsored by Frontier. I am just personally informing you how I chose to pay $0 to bring on a suitcase instead of paying like an extra $40, which they charge if you didn't have the card. Then for the $9 a day rental car, that's simply what they were charging on Fox's website, excluding taxes, fees, and fuel. And unlike Frontier, I filled up the entire gas tank at Disney World's gas station for $10. And parking at Disney World was included with my hotel stay, plus I saved even more by driving to the Disney McDonald's for cheaper breakfasts before some of the theme park days. Then for theme park tickets, I actually have an annual pass, so that's how I got in. However, if you went to all 4 parks, 1 per day, just like I did in this video, this summer that would cost $99 a day per person with their 4-park magic ticket. And of course, you also get free water park admission on your hotel check-in day. I must tell you, I did not have a bad meal the entire trip. In fact, there's several items I would order again even if I wasn't at a theme park. Then finally, by going over a holiday weekend, I got so many free extra perks of entertainment, rare characters, and the spectacular fireworks shows every night. So I definitely felt the magic on the cheapest Disney World vacation. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next adventure.